Hello, Stickers and Scuffs family and friends. This is a little bit different for us. This is not so much a racing interview as it is a partnership interview. And we're really excited to welcome Pam Cancellara from Mighty Wipes, who is one of our newest partners. And we're really excited to have Pam on with us. We've already done a couple things together. We're going to continue to build with Mighty Wipes. And you may have seen Mighty Wipes also on G-Force TV, Ashwegan Speedway, Ontario Sportsman Series, BT Racing. They are building the relationships in the racing scene, and Stickers and Scuffs is proud to be part of them. So, Pam, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Cam, and great, and my pleasure.
We want to start off with the product itself.
Yes.
Now, for myself, I wasn't the biggest wipes person previously. One of the reasons for myself why I don't like certain things and certain chemicals is because they're very scented. Now, what I really love about the Mighty Wipes is they don't have that chemical smell. They have a natural smell, and they're an all-natural product. So are you able to speak a little bit to what is in these Mighty Wipes? First off, that people might be a little bit surprised of.
Yes. Well, first of all, it's tree sap. As you guys know, and a lot of the people out there that, because we go to the speedways and we're in the pits, we're quite surprised to find out that in this product, it's first of all, it's soapy. So the tree sap is what makes the soapiness. And we all know that it's all natural, and when the soap dissolves, there's no residue, and it actually almost turns into the lotion. So that's what makes your hands soft. Even the guys don't want to acknowledge or care about it, but their wives probably and their girlfriends probably love it. So, but one of the tree sap that makes the soapy product.
And what's nice as well is it doesn't have the scent to it. So for myself, I can't handle scented products. With my asthma and with my allergies, it's just not something that I can have here. Now, one of the things that you, like you say, with Mighty Wipes that it offers is the fact that it doesn't have, it has a natural, like you said, a sap smell. And I actually find that it's actually nice to smell, unlike some of the other stuff where it just is an irritant. Where did you come up with the idea yourself of creating this product?
Well, that's a good question. During COVID, we all had to sanitize, and a lot of people had to learn how to do that for the first time. But when I looked at the products that were out there, I knew I wanted to do something, and I wanted to start up another business, and I wanted to help, because I'm like you, Cam, I'm allergic to alcohol, chemicals with my hands. I get rashes. So I decided, being from a farm, I want something natural. So, and we all know, being raised up in that soap and water is the best form of sanitizing, right? And clean. So that's why all my products are soapy. That was the number one thing that I wanted to do. And a lot of the wipes, as I did a lot of research, like the greasers and even sanitizing wipes, they have alcohol and chemicals in it. And they're scented, like you said, Cam. And I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to be unique and different. And the more I did research, the more I found there really wasn't anything that was soapy. And the next great thing is you don't need to have water. Like, it's already soapy and wet. So you can actually take these products anywhere. And I know that Graydon has, mentioned a few stories that he's had that he has taken them. And but basically, that's how I came up with the idea. Is there's people out there like us, and we just want something that was natural, not scented, no alcohol, chemicals, but so it's not harmful, and it's not harmful to the environment, but it's also not harmful to the people, the kids, and whoever else you want to use it on. But it's very powerful, and it does the job. So I kind of let my Mighty Wipes speak for themselves.
And they do. You're right. This is an open container right now of the automotive degreasing wipes, which we all know our man Captain Chris Lawrence there at BT Racing. With the amount of cars that guy has, he uses a bunch of those, and and I've used them myself, and my wife and two boys and I are campers, and the soapy hand wipes. I mean, that's a great application for such a thing like that too. And we're kind of the typical family that we buy into um, race partnership activation. When there's a race partner, we tend to gravitate to their product. I mean, I want to buy castor oil. I want to buy and support Quick Wick. I want to buy and support Mighty Wipes. If you guys are involved in racing, we're your kind of people, and we love to tout that brand, and especially due to the fact that you're an all Canadian company too.
Yes, definitely. We're made. Everything is made in Ontario, and it's a good friend of mine who's a manufacturing chemist. I call him the mad scientist. And that's how, I mentioned to him, and he says, Pam, I think we can come up with something. And that's basically what the product is. It's an all natural soap. Like I said, you can take it anywhere. You don't need water. But it has an industrial strength degreasing solution. So it's so powerful, and yet it's so gentle on the skin. And it actually does clean up all that grease, oil, and grime. And Braden, speaking of a story, was out the pits when we first started. This is our second season in racing at the speedways. And this one guy comes up, and he had purchased a canister of the automotive degreaser, and he goes, Pam, I got to tell you. He goes, come. And so he goes, I went to his car, and he's actually taking off a lot of the rubber from the back of his car that he got. So I guess someone hit him. So I mean, I could tell you, share more stories, but we're finding, like you, Braden, like there's so many stories that people are coming up to me. Like one guy said, I put your Mighty Wipes, sticker, because we got decals as well. And he goes, I won the race the next Saturday. I go, so.
That's how it works, right? Mighty Wipes brings you that extra horsepower, what people really need. And, so for myself, this is where it kind of works 2 and 2, because Graydon's got the automotive side. He's all into doing that. I am not. I don't have any side of that to me at all. I have pets that clearly have interest. Let me just see. You can see her right there.
Did you time that, Cam?
Yeah, I did. I didn't time it, but Nala is going to showcase the product herself.
Nice.
But that's one of the things that I use is because I have surfaces that need to be cleaned. What I actually found, and this was really important for myself, is cleaning the stove and cleaning the stovetop. One of the things that I don't like, obviously, is because of the strong chemical smell, but also I had to use a ton of it to get the surface cleaned.
Right.
Well, what I found with using the kitchen and barbecue one, is I used one, because it keeps the moisture when you're using it. It doesn't dry out. And for people like myself, I'd rather use one than go through half a bottle of spray with paper towels to try and clean it. Like what you said before, when it dries, there isn't residue. Unlike normal sprays for your stovetop, there is residue if you don't wipe it off. So you're actually eliminating the use for paper towel as well. So we found that the benefits are enormous. Now, for you, Pam, why is it that you decided to go into the racing route? Because we talked before this, and you have a small connection to racing.
I do. Well, growing up with my dad, he was a stock car racer, and he raced at those times when Nowstown was open, and Cayuga. So we were living on a farm outside London. So, Sarnia, and then even probably going out to the Brampton, Oshwegan and Flamboyant Raceway. And also, I like going out with my dad and in the garage and getting under the car and getting dirty, and just helping him. So my love of sports and also speed, because I always wanted to race as well, but never did. But that's okay. I'm around it now. And, one thing about it, he says, when you're with your racing buddies and out there, this is your family. It's kind of like your second family. And it's so true. So, but he also collected motorcycles and Harleys and Indians. So again, it was like, out there working. If somebody was stuck, he'd be out there. Doesn't matter what time of the night, helping his buddies. So um, I think, seeing how our hands were always greasy and, especially, you guys know it as mechanics and working on your cars, your hands get cracked and dry. And what did we use back then? We used the worst things that were chemicals. And then we would buy lotions that had chemicals in it to soften it. And I wish I actually had some Mighty Wipes because it really does help with the cracks and the dryness. And, but that's okay. I can get it out to everybody. And, we partnered with, through a friend of my husband who's in the printing department. In the printing company environment, he hooked us up to Clinton Jeffrey, who runs the Oshweekend. And I tell you something, when I first met Clinton, very serious guy, he looked at my product and I thought, okay, is he interested? It's kind of hard to read him, right? But he called me afterwards. He goes, Pam, I love your product. And he's always calling me, telling me stories that, he's come up with and everything. And, so we're at Oshweekend Speedway, we're at Flambourne, we're at Delaware, we're at a lot of the speedways as well. But, thanks to Clinton, he introduced us into the speedways. So, and that's how I
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to continue to do because, like I said, we're expanding. You're expanding within the market each and every day. I know, Graydon, you had a specific story that you wanted to bring up regarding your Mighty Wipes experience.
Well, it was kind of to do with this shirt, actually. Today's laundry day, but I was wearing this shirt yesterday, and we had a friend of mine, late friend of mine, his little boy was here, and his grandmother was telling him about how I am kind of getting into racing, and so he came up and asked me if I was a NASCAR driver, and I said no, but it gave me a chance to break out my driver gear. But he saw it, he's like, are those one of your sponsors on my t-shirt? And I said that we use these things all the time, and at our backyard party yesterday, we had the soapy wipes out, and kids were washing up after playing basketball and bouncing on the trampoline and that sort of thing. So we had Mighty Wipes in full activation yesterday, and it all sort of tied in because this little boy is a huge race fan, just like his dad was, and it was really cool to kind of tie all that together in our backyard barbecue day yesterday.
Awesome. Wow.
And that's one of those things that we like to hear because it's one of those things at a racetrack, you don't always have time to go run to try and find a washroom that has running water. I mean, when we're at the racetrack, a lot of them have fully washrooms that are that accessible that have water. So now all of a sudden you have the soapy hand wipes with you. Done. I mean, it's that simple. Now, we obviously want people to be able to get their own Mighty Wipes. So how can people follow along, Pam, with you guys, with social media, website, and how they can purchase them?
Okay. Well, first of all, we're at most of the speedways, and we're always in the pits, so you can see us. And also the CanadaWipes.com, because my brand is Mighty Wipes, but the company name is CanadaWipes.com. Also, we're on Amazon Canada and the US platform. I'm just getting into the social media network, so the best way probably is to call me as well. We're also one of the places that really everyone. I don't know if you guys know Mike Bauman. And he's a race, Bauman. He's a big race car guy, and he's racing all over the speedways. And he actually has a company called Seaway Fluid Power. And they sell a lot of hydraulic hoses and fittings and compressor equipment to their customers. And they also sell the Mighty Wipes, so you can understand with all the grease that they go through that he sells to his customers. So he's located in the St. Catharines area, so you can for sure go over there and pick up your Mighty Wipes. We're also at Active Green and Ross at the Lime Ridge Mall in Hamilton. I'm at with Brian Morwin. He has a tire craft in Dundas, Ontario. There's Scott Ferguson at the John Deere dealership at Crossroads, which is outside of the Hamilton Airport. We're also in Kitchener area, and Susan, her husband drives. He's actually a drag car driver, And you can see Susan at the carpet store in Kitchener. And then, of course, there's Chris Lawrence. And he's just recently, got involved with the Mighty Wipes. And we're also with the OSS group as well with Maurizio. And Maurizio was director of the race operations. So everybody can contact him. And of course, he's at all the speedways as well.
Well, and obviously, you can contact us if you want your Mighty Wipes. We'll put you into contact with Pam,
Awesome.
and we'll get you all sorted up. But we're proud to be part of the Mighty Wipes crew, and we're excited to continue this partnership all season long. Pam, thank you so much for joining us, and we really, really want to thank you for coming on board and being a partner.
Well, thank you, Cam and Graydon. And you know what? It certainly is an honor and a pleasure. And you know what? Let's just go out there and let's go do some more racing and have fun, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's Pam from Mighty Wipes, the Mighty Wipes lady on the Stickers and Scuffs podcast.